Main started a snack company called Mina. It's focused on selling healthy cookies right now with her Midnight Minis. And immediately it fell into controversy because the price point is very high for some cookies. $28 for 4 packs of cookies, which comes out to about $7 per bag. There's also a lot more moving parts to this drama because a lot of people started to recognize the similarities between Mina's Midnight Minis and Totesi's Midnight Cookies as well. The ingredients on both of these are pretty much the same, except Mina has some added vitamin D. It's extraordinarily similar. Even just giving it the old eyeball test, it looks like the same product. So a lot of people were saying this is a white labeled thing, which is pretty normal in the influencer space, but she's selling her cookies for much more than the Totesi Midnight Cookies. So I'm not here to just really dive into the nitty gritty on the cookie drama itself. There is so much information on it. She's also come out to try and explain that her Midnight Minis are a refined version of those Totesi Midnight Cookies. Like hers are like improved, which is why they're more expensive and this and that. That's not really what I'm here to dive into and get into the weeds of. She recently went on stream today and I think did the worst possible maneuver you could ever do when trying to sell something to your audience.
When people are like, oh my god, $28 for cookies? It's 4 bags. That's $7 a bag. I know math is hard when you're an idiot, but like if you're a broke boy, just say so. Anyways.
Matt was actually the one that sent me this clip today, and I just assumed this had to be some kind of bad joke she tried to tell, but watching the clip, it seems like she's legitimately upset and actually just calling people that don't want to pay for it or can't afford it broke. That's an elite gamer move that I had to take a step back to process that she would just say that publicly. I was so dumbfounded upon hearing that I actually went back to her stream VOD where this happened to try and locate this moment to see what happened next. Because this is only 20 seconds. I thought there was a chance that right after it, she's like, no, just kidding. I'm pulling your leg, hardy har har, just a joke. She doesn't do that.
Like if you're a broke boy, just say so. Anyways, moving on. Moving on.
我是相信你的能力的，只是现在需要更多的人看到。
If you want to pay $8 for Twitter Blue for some pixels, that's okay. That's fine.
我不能再让你们帮我了。
You spend your money how you want.
可帮到现在，
I'll spend mine how I
什么都
want.
不是。
And everyone else will spend theirs how
我
they
不打算
want.
金银花
That's
店
the beauty
了，也不打算画画了。
of having
这样，我给你一点时间，你好好想想，行吗？
She is.
That seems to be where the topic died, at least from what I've skimmed through here. So it doesn't really seem like she was doing this as some kind of, like, side-splitting comedy bit about, like, broke boy, haha, you know, just kidding, I actually love my fans. She does giggle about it afterwards, but it feels more, like, condescending. And then she just says, moving on, like, it's just a really shitty thing to say. And then she does what a lot of other people do, which I find really weird, which is mentioning Twitter Blue for some reason. Like, Twitter Blue offers this dog shit service for $8, you spend your money on some pixels, whatever. You spend your money how you want, and I'll spend my money how I want. Well, yeah, nobody's forced to purchase your product or anything, but they were having a legitimate discussion on the price just being a little out of their comfort zone for what they'd want to spend on it. Like, it's a discussion her own community was having, and then she just, out of nowhere, out of left field's like, if you're broke, just say so. It's like, what the fuck? I have no doubt her manager and her whole team saw this clip and just together took off their hat, stood up, hands on their hips, and they're like, you know what? It was a good try. Hey, we gave it our best whirl. Like, they had to have seen this, and then immediately, like, the office went up in flames. I don't know what would possess her to say something so rude and nasty to the audience she is trying to sell this product to directly shame the consumer that you want to buy into your product is a galaxy brain tactic. A strategy that I'm not sure the success rate of. Like, $28, no matter how you spend this, is a lot for some fucking cookies. And I think the way she keeps trying to break it down and rationalize it is pretty disingenuous. It's $7 a bag, and that's still expensive, but then you also have to factor in that the bags aren't even big to begin with. It's 4 ounces per bag. 4 ounces of cookies for $7 is still a lot, especially when you compare it to the product that they're basing it off of and supposedly approved upon, the Tootsie Midnight Cookies. Those were $10 a bag for 14 ounces. So even though the Tootsie Midnight Cookies were $3 more per bag, they offered you 10 ounces more of product. And they were sold in Costco. A lot of people really enjoyed them, but most people didn't like the price. That was a pain point of that. $10 for a bag of cookies is a lot. So $7 for a smaller bag of cookies, significantly smaller, is a lot too. Like, it doesn't matter how you boil down this math. All roads lead to this being an expensive product. That's the brass tacks of it. That is the hard pill to swallow. There's really no way of spinning this where $28 for a 4-pack of these cookies isn't expensive. It is. And to try and call people broke for not buying it or not being able to afford it is really some out of touch shit.